Producer Alex Tweddle and I want to show you a side of Hollywood that's never been seen. Now that it is no longer possible to interview the original fearless creators, this series will be, as Cosmopolitan's review of the book said, the next best thing to being there. Based on the memoirs of my stepfather, screenwriter Jesse Lasky Jr., and told to me, Richard Niles, over many years, this is a unique opportunity to hear it from the horse's mouth and see it as he saw it. I also had access to the letters of Jesse's father, Jesse L. Lasky, the man who had the vision and courage to produce Hollywood's first feature film with his partners, Cecil B. DeMille and Sam Goldfish, in 1912. And their company, the Jesse L. Lasky Feature Play Company, became Paramount. Now in the 21st century, we see only the tip of the iceberg of Hollywood, as it is today. Blockbusters and stars and hit streaming series coming at us with inexorable regularity like a money-making tennis ball machine. But how many of us know what's under the water? How did it start? Who were the crazy, brave pioneers who boldly went where no man, woman, or accountant had gone before? They had to do what had never been done because no one had ever done it. There was no it to do. It was a brand new industry. Not only did they have to invent and conceptualize feature-length motion picture entertainment, but they also had to invent an industry that would allow them to make it a profitable business. And so you had these three extraordinary men. Jesse L. Lasky, a New York vaudeville and theatrical producer born in San Francisco, an educated, sensitive lover of the arts and creative artists. He understood stories that would resonate with audiences. Though sometimes reckless, he was honorable and refined, often called the gentleman of Hollywood. His friend, Cecil B. DeMille, a failed actor and writer who had never directed traffic, much less a feature film. But Lasky trusted him, believing he had the vision to create thrilling images on a big screen in a darkened room. He later became the tyrannical director of many of the industry's most timeless epics. And Sam Goldfish, a Polish glove cutter whose financial acumen and raw power created the business model for the new industry. His temper was as legendary as his temperament, a man who absolutely would not take no for an answer. All of this was absorbed by Lasky's poetic son, Jesse Lasky Jr., growing up a member of Hollywood royalty to watch his father betrayed and bankrupted by Hollywood's treachery. He went to the finest schools, but then forced to literally sell the family jewels in the Depression and hit the streets to find a job, his first. As his father struggles for the rest of his life to fight back, Jesse begins by writing potboiler novels, then taking assistant jobs, then hired as a lowly reader by Fox Studios' Saul Wurtzel, the man whose brilliance made Fox the king of B pictures. As a reader, Jesse learns how to write stories that work and scripts that will transfer to the screen. While at Fox, he has a brief, bittersweet affair with Jean Harlow and learns that there's a great deal more to her than just a blonde bombshell. He goes on to work with some of the greatest talents of Hollywood history, including Alfred Hitchcock, Harry Conn, Darryl Zanuck, Nick Ray, Sam Fuller, and writing 8 films for his father's ex-partner, Cecil B. DeMille, including Samson and Delilah and The Ten Commandments. There are revealing portraits of his father and DeMille, and actors such as Gary Cooper, Edward G. Robinson, Hedy Lamarr, and Paulette Goddard. Then there's the fascinating story of working on The Buccaneer with his friend Yul Brynner and director Anthony Quinn. Jesse goes through World War II, creating the Army Film Unit, training soldiers to make training films, following General MacArthur to the Philippines. On his return, he suffers the end of his first marriage and returns to the security of working with DeMille on The Unconquered and Samson and Delilah. His story takes us through the demise of the studio system and the move into independent production in Europe, more like the Wild West than any Western, with outrageous deals being done as fast as you could drink an espresso, and you could have your money stolen even faster. Jesse returns to wade in the Red Sea with DeMille on the Ten Commandments, and to write DeMille's last film, The Buccaneer, directed by Anthony Quinn. Jesse was also interviewed by the House Un-American Activities Committee, McCarthy and Nixon, but they left him alone after he told them that at the time that they had said he was at a communist meeting, he was actually in the Philippines with General MacArthur. Our story concludes with Jesse finding a co-writer and a wife in my mother, Pat Silver. There follows a hilarious and tragic tale of Jesse and Pat being taken to swinging London and Spain's Costa del Sol by a slick con man, Matt Windsor, and his amoral partner, Pandora Moon, in a tale that's as impossible as it is tragically true. Now, you know, Jesse was an incredibly gifted writer with a superb sense of humor and an explosive imagination. But he didn't need any of those talents to tell this story. He was there. So in this series, we didn't need to make stuff up. We just had to work out a way to let you see it as he saw it. The artists and the con men, the breathtaking creativity and the destructive treachery, the kindness and the heartlessness, the fragile egos and the tyrannical cruelty. So lights, camera, and plenty of action. Join us as we show you whatever happened to Hollywood.